これからはずっと日本に住む予定ですか？ブラジルに行きたいなとか思います？
難しいですね。なんかその
Yeah, most of your entire life in Brazil, right?
Yeah.
Now, like, why did you like decided to come to Japan instead of like staying in Brazil?
So
So I got very confused to my identity.
Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Takashi from Japan. Today, I'm going to interview Japanese Brazilians. Previously, I made a video about this topic. If you haven't checked it, please check it first. Where did they grow up? Which language do they speak? It really depends on the person. Let's find out today. On my channel, I interview Japanese people and foreigners in Japan. So it's the best channel for anyone who want to come to Japan whether traveling or living. And you can also learn Japanese here. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. And on my Instagram, I show my daily life in Tokyo and share information about Japan. So if you haven't followed yet, please follow it too. Okay, let's get started.
ありがとうございます。はい、日系ブラジル人。
日系ブラジル人
ちょっとなんかバックグラウンドとか紹介してもらってもいいですか？
バックグラウンド2歳で日本に来て、一応ひいおじいちゃんが日本人やって、で出稼ぎじゃないんですけど、日本の方が生活しやすさとかあるんで、それで親も日本に来て2歳で日本に来て、そこからずっと日本に。
なるほど。
親も働いてて自分も普通の日本の学校行ってみたい
国籍って聞いてよければ
な。
日本ですか？
違います。ブラジルです。はい、国籍はブラジルです。
なんか国籍をブラジルに残すことによって日本に住むデメリットとかってあります？あんまないですか？
デメリット、ちょっと前とかやったら、その外国籍やったら就職しにくいとか、自分もバイトとかでも外国籍ですかって聞かれて、外国籍ですって言ったらもうお断りしてますとか
あったんですね。
ありますとか、結構その差別的なことにあるんですけど、その変な偏見っていうか外国人イコール
トラブルメーカー
みたいなのは絶対あります。それは変わらず、今やからその就職あんまり関係ないとかってなるんですけど、
まだある？
あります。全然あります。
なるほど。
外観で決めつけられるとか。
これからはずっと日本に住む予定ですか？ブラジルに行きたいなとか思います？
難しいですね。なんかその日本でずっと勉強してきてるんで、逆に向こうで一切勉強してないんで、普通にお母さんに教えられた読み書きだけなんで、いきなりブラジル帰って仕事ができるかって言われたら多分難しいんですよね。行きたくないってわけではないんですけど。
あっちに住んだことはない？
ないんですよ。私はなくて勉強もしてないし、なので難しいっていう部分はあると思います。その行きたくても旅行とかでは行く気持ちはあるんですけど、住むなら日本ですかね今は。
なるほど。
住みやすさっていうか仕事もこっちなんで、全部学校も全てこっちなんで。
最後にポルトガル語で挨拶してもらえますか？
自己紹介とかでいいですか？
何でもいいです。はい。
Oi, meu nome é Ana Paula, eu tenho 23 anos e eu moro aqui desde os 2 anos. Eu trabalho e sempre morei aqui.
ありがとうございます。
はい。
ありがとうございます。以上です。
はい。
Okay, thank you for your help. Can you introduce your background?
So I'm third generation of Japanese. So my grandparents from my father's side, they were Japanese, fully Japanese. But my mom's side is fully Brazilian, totally Brazilian. So I'm kind of maybe 30% of Japanese, 23% of Japanese. Yeah. So I was born in Brazil and I was living there until like 3 years ago when I decided to move to Japan. So basically I'm just living in Brazil. So now I still feel I'm new here in Japan. I'm still learning about the life here, about the language.
Okay. Do you mind if I ask your age?
Okay, now I'm 27 years old. Yeah.
So you have been in Brazil until
24.
24.
24.
Okay. Yeah, most of your entire life in Brazil, right?
Yeah.
Now, like 3 years ago, why did you decided to come to Japan instead of staying in Brazil?
So that time, like 3 years ago, I felt the economy in Brazil was doing really bad. So decided to move to Japan because I thought here I could have more opportunities and I could work and save money. So I moved to Japan at first because I wanted to make money.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. By your personality, you grew up in Brazil, but you have background which is located in Japan. But what do you think of your personality? You think you're free, Brazilian type?
Oh, I feel I'm totally Brazilian.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, it's kind of hard because when I was living in Brazil, many people used to call me Japa. Japa. It's kind of a nickname for example, if you look Japanese, many people call you Japa. It's a kind of nickname.
Okay.
But here in Japan, for Japanese, I don't look Japanese.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think I look like Japanese?
I don't think so. Yeah. You look like kind of like foreign.
Yeah. So for me, it's kind of confused a little bit. But here, like I live in Japan, like I'm already living here for 3 years. Like some things I think I changed compared with myself 3 years ago. And for example, some gesture also. For example, when I want to say something, it's dame. Like I say dame. Sometimes I do this. This is so Japanese though. Dame this.
So it means like because not you're Japanese Brazilian, because you lived in Japan.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, I think when I started to live here, I started to feel and to like pay attention how people live here. So I think this is kind of automatically I learned how to live like that.
I see.
But basically, I'm more Brazilian.
Okay.
Yeah.
About the language you speak, which language do you speak in general?
Okay, so basically in Brazil, I just speak Portuguese with my parents because my father, he's kind of like a son of Japanese, but he can't speak Japanese.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So my home in Brazil just 100% Portuguese.
Oh.
Before I moved here to Japan, I didn't know nothing about Japanese language.
I had so many Japanese Brazilian in Brazil too. Did you have any friends like that? Not really?
So in Brazil, I used to live in a small city, kind of in the countryside of São Paulo state.
Okay.
So in my city before, didn't have many Nikkeis. So I didn't have this kind of experience with the Japanese community in Brazil
I see.
because I used to live in a small city.
Oh.
But I heard some Brazilians who live in São Paulo, so they have more this experience. They know more about Japanese culture, something like that. But for me, I didn't have any experience in Brazil before.
Thank you so much. Can you say hello in Japanese
In Japanese
and Portuguese? both.
Salve, rapaziada. Meu nome é Nicolas Ideu. É isso aí. Obrigado aqui pela oportunidade. Obrigado.
じゃあ日本語で。
皆さんこんにちは。ニコラスと申します。YouTube のチャンネルに登録してください。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
Okay, thank you for taking time. Can you introduce your background, please?
Yes, I'm Mariana. I'm from Brazil, São Paulo, and I've been living here in Japan for 4 years.
You're Japanese Brazilian.
Yes, I'm Japanese Brazilian.
So your parents are both Japanese, full Japanese.
They are full Japanese by blood, but their nationality is also Brazilian. So my grandparents actually are Japanese.
So like what brought you to Japan? Like
Since I was a kid, I always wanted to live abroad.
yeah.
And my first choice was actually Australia. But visa-wise was very difficult, so I thought, maybe I should go to Japan because since my grandparents are Japanese, it's easier for me to get a visa, and I wanted to see how it was, and I really loved it.
So like I want to ask you about the language too. Like which language do you speak?
I speak Portuguese, English, Spanish, and a little bit of Japanese.
A little bit of Japanese. With your family, the conversation was all in Portuguese?
Actually, when I was a child, I could only speak Japanese until I was 4 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But then my mother made me go to a German school in Brazil.
German school.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I started to forget Japanese because I had to study Portuguese and German. So I got very confused to my identity. Actually, I went to Japanese school in the afternoon. But I was forced to go by my parents, so I didn't like it. So I didn't want to speak and learn Japanese.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was kind of boring for me because no one besides my family would speak Japanese, right? So I couldn't make friends speaking Japanese. So.
And do you learn Japanese right now?
Yeah, I went to school, but I'm not confident with my Japanese skills. So
You want to introduce yourself in Japanese or Portuguese?
okay, in which language?
You can choose.
Okay, はじめまして、マリアナです。ブラジルから来ました。
That's nice. I want to hear the Portuguese too.
Oi, meu nome é Mariana, eu sou Nikkei, eu venho de São Paulo e hoje eu moro em Tóquio, no Japão.
When you change the language you speak, you think your personality is changed too?
Changes a lot.
Oh, really? You feel too?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
Don't you feel like you change personality when you speak like English, for example?
Not much. I
Really?
don't know. I'm not sure, but like when I see your Portuguese and then when I see English and Japanese, I can feel the little bit different vibes. So,
yeah, because Japanese language is so formal and strict, and I think that when we speak Japanese, we also become more formal.
that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Especially with new people, you have to like be polite in
Yeah,
Japanese, right?
yeah.
I see. Thank you so much.
Thank
you so much.
Okay, thank you for watching so far. How was it? That was interesting. I really want to interview various people in Japan. I want to interview someone who have a specific, unique background. So if you have any video idea you want me to make, please leave the comment too. Okay, anyway, thank you for watching. If you like this video, click like button. Please subscribe to my channel. See you next time.